Well, hello Spawns, this is going to be just a review week before the Resurrection match starts next week. Of course, for most of us here, we are looking at WBG's play rate, but these are currently the top 4 teams who's made it towards the lower bracket semifinals. We're gonna start picking out who's gonna be chosen out here, because whoever's gonna be chosen out here is very important. If it's FPX, ZQ, or GW, WBG has a really good chance of winning. Let's see who's the first pick. Drum rolls, and that's GW. Ooh, that's pretty nice. GW, they're gonna be moving their ass actually all the way down here. That is pretty interesting for GW if that's the case. GW versus Meow. Meow should be able to take it home. Meow 100% has a chance of taking this home right now. So, okay, let's see who's up against WBG. Either ZS-Ling or Free. Either ZS-Ling or Free. We want these two. These two are our Divine Savior Lord. Who's it gonna be? Please not ZQ. Oh, it's ZS-Ling. Okay, they have a few pre-pro teams on their team before, but I think for ZS-Ling going all the way down there, it's not too bad for WBG. It's honestly speaking not too bad for WBG. I think WBG has the highest chance of actually moving on if we're going up against ZS-Ling here, so that's good. This is a huge plus side for WBG right now, and I do believe Meow should be beating GW here, so Meow will be able to make it through as well. The last 2 picks for Wolves probably... It depends, right? Is it going to be Free or ZQ? Is it going to be Free or ZQ? Who's it going to be? 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 Oh, it's Free! Really? Okay. So if it's Wolves versus Free, we know that Wolves has beaten Free before. So with all that in mind, it shouldn't be too much of a worry here then. But it does seem like last pick here will be ZQ. ZQ is gonna have a really hard time here going up against GG. Well, maybe not, because, you know, honestly be God, I think GG survivors are better than ZQ survivors, no matter how good Dongshin is. Asylum is also really good too. So, like, unless ZQ survivors is able to stand up for Dongshin, I don't think ZQ is going to be able to make it through. But, like, let's just pause here real quick and just go along with the predictions as well, right? If we think about it, Meow will be beating GW, so Meow will definitely win. GW are out. The next one will be ZS-Ling versus WBG. WBG should be able to make it through. ZS-Ling will go out in exchange for that as well. Next one. Oops, I think I just... cleared everything, but we know Meow is going through, GW out, WBG going through, ZS-Ling is out, and then like just going back here once again, what you have to think now is, what about the other two? What about these two down below? Wolves versus Free. Wolves will definitely make it through, right? So Wolves is 100% moving through towards the finals. And then for GG, well, semifinals. And for GG versus ZQ, I put my money on ZQ. I honestly speaking put my money on GQ. But that's really good then for WBG, because at least WBG can make it on towards the semifinals right after the quarterfinals. And even if they lose, they can actually go down to the lower brackets. But this is gonna be our to be due for next week, and we're just gonna have the real good look at this, okay? So with all things in mind, let's once again recap what we have said before as I change the color of my pen. We'll go pink. So Meow will be able to make it through, so then GW will be eliminated. Next will be GG versus ZQ. We say that GG will make it through because of their survivors. It's better than FPX ZQs. ZQ gets eliminated. Then down below, it will be Wolves versus Free. Free will be eliminated, and Wolves will make it through. Wolves will 100% make it through. Then it will be WBG versus ZS-Ling. ZS-Ling gets eliminated. WBG moves through. Unless ZS-Ling is going to be able to pull a miracle run, or WBG survivors absolute shocker, then I guess, okay, ZS-Ling makes it through. But with all that in mind, then who do we have here? We have Meow versus who? We've Meow versus GG. This is going to be pretty hard, but we'll leave that for now. And down below, it'll be Wolves. It'll be Wolves versus WBG. It'll be Wolves versus WBG here. Okay. Now, with all in mind, the thing is, GG versus Meow, I think Meow will make it through. Mia will be the first one to qualify because I do not think GG has a good Goatman. If GG has a better Goatman, it should have been better. So GG is on the lower brackets. But then for Wolves versus WBG, I don't think Tong'ai has a good Goatman too. And like WBG also doesn't have a good Goatman as well. So like with all that in conclusion, regardless of who actually moves through, look, if WBG wins against Wolves, that's great, right? But that's most likely not going to happen. So let's just say Wolves will win here. Because you know what? Wolves survivors are actually better than WBG survivor right now, unless WBG stands up or they recruit Lon back right now. But that's not going to be happening. So it's going to be WBG versus GG. But then like for these two remaining ones, you gotta have to pray to gosh darn God that WBG survivor stands up, or else GG will be the one making it through, right? And I'm quite sure for most of us here, we're kind of looking for WBG to go through towards COA, because we actually didn't, did we see Persica for last COA? I'm not quite sure. I don't think we saw Persica for last COA, so we would like to see WBG go through. But will their survivors stand up? Will Huiyi and Guoke actually decide to kite and play well? That's going to be a whole different story in mind. But this is kind of the general idea of next week's final games. There's going to be quarterfinals, semifinals, and well, there's going to be semifinals, and then finals for the two teams that goes through, and then a lower brackets finals for the losing teams. The only big issue I feel is if WBG actually loses here and then goes up against GG, I think WBG will be playing like 6 games in a row, which will be really heavy on their mentality. So let's hope for the best. But that's going to be it for today's summary video. I'll see you all for the rest of the week for the remaining games that are played this week.